I'm so glad to be a part of this forum, and this session is going to be interactive. I'm not going to give you any gam because I think all of us actually live with positivity. Currently, coronavirus has, that's one thing which coronavirus has gifted us with to enhance it more than ever before. So it's going to be an interactive session. A little about Jade Global. I joined Jade Global 6 months back. Before that, I had taken a break and I did my master's program in Cambridge University. And then this opportunity came. And this company is in the IT services, and we work with the state-of-art technologies like ServiceNow, Salesforce, Dell Boomi, ERP, Oracle, all of these things. And we serve, again, the highly modern kind of customers like Uber, Facebook, Glassdoor, Save-A-Lot, and Guardant Health, and so many of them. We are headquartered in San Jose, and we have 2 delivery centers, one in Pune and one in Hyderabad. So this company is, I joined this company particularly because it believes in human values as a culture of this company, and has a tremendous focus on learning as well as HR and giving people their best time in the organization. Having said that, I'm going to invite Ankita to read a poem. I would like to start with this poem, which is one of my favorite poems. Over to you, Ankita.
Sure. So the poem goes by the name Blessed is She. Blessed is she who lives and fears not. Blessed is she who loves and clings not. Blessed is she who understands and knows not. Blessed is she who experiences and retains not. Blessed is she who is simple and complicates not. Blessed is she who is free and binds not. Blessed is she who dies and escapes not.
So today we are going to look at how do we attract positivity? Can we have a date with positivity on demand? And how do we create the rewarding relationship with positivity professionally as well as personally? This is going to be the scope of our discussion today. And we are going to actually go on a date with positivity. And you'll shortly know why I say that. Have you all been on a date? Sometime in your life, you have surely gone on a date with the positivity. On a date with whoever you have gone on a date. So today I'm going to ask you to share that date, and let me give you what happened to me. And that's actually happening to you right now. Right now, we all of us are receiving a letter from positivity. It's an invitation, and this invitation is very beautifully drafted. And let's look at that invitation. So here the invitation goes. This is what it came to me. It says, "Darling, ever since I saw you, I'm in love with you. I'm just crazy about you and desperate to meet you in person. I have booked an evening for us at an exotic place and look forward to our lovely meeting. I'm sure you will be at your best. Can't wait longer. Love. Yours forever. Positivity." And date and venue details are enclosed. See you soon. So what we have to do, close your eyes for 2 minutes and think of this date. And how will you really, dress up? What will you wear? What kind of smile will you have? Where will you go? Which venue would you really love to go on a date with positivity? Think for 1 minute and type your answers. Is the question clear? We are all going on a date with positivity, and I want you to tell me how are you going to dress up for that, and which venue have you chosen? So okay, let me tell myself. Please type your answers. So I'm wearing a lovely Kanjivaram sari. Okay, Ankita says definitely a small drive with casual dressing, a lot of interesting topic to talk about. Awesome. Ankita is going to be having this date in the car itself. It's going to be a drive. So other people, if you want to unmute yourself and tell us about what's going to be your Oh, Nimisha says at a cafe with a new pair of dress was some. Arun, Annapurna, Anjani, Amita, Aditya, Divya. You can unmute also and tell us. Jagjit Kaur, Jairam, Jiliksina, you're going on a date. I know it takes a lot of time. Murlidhar says, open my new shirt, dressed like going to office and presenting this session along with Sukanya. Awesome. And positivity is with us. Vinita, open beach place with a nice flary black dress. Wow. Kirti, Manasa, Maulya, Maunika, Maunya, Nimisha has already answered. Pradeep, Prajwal, Pratyusha, Samir, Sangha, Vinit, yeah, Amita, something really comfy to wear and out on a trek. Awesome. Sharanya, Shruti. Yeah, Harshit says on a mountain top, feeling cold breeze with my best winter jacket and positivity. Positivity obviously is extraordinarily dressed, extraordinary in her spirit, right? I don't know whether you want to call positivity by another name. Sneha Singh, Soma, Soni, Swati, Tanvi, Vinita. There is somebody known as AI, Ajay, Preeti, Ramya, Sheena, Sushant. All right, few of you have typed your answers. Some of you don't want to type your answers. You're already on a date. It shows to me. Okay, so next 30 seconds and be with positivity on that exotic venue. You're in your best attire, in your best mood, and you are now going to tell us what is the gift, what is one advice or a gift which you got from positivity. Share it with participants. Your date, you went, you sat. Jagjit Kaur says that I'll pamper myself with lovely food, breast dressing, all smiles with energized aura to exotic place. Awesome, Jagjit. So now you are on a date with positivity. And what is a gift you received from positivity? Positivity is actually incarnated as a person in your life. So think for 30 seconds. And okay, Harshit says I received motivation and self-confidence. Jagjit says confidence is my gift. Ankita says the feeling of satisfaction and contentment. Others, please type your answers. Murlidhar says, I was able to spend time with my son, wife, brothers at home like a long trip. Okay, that's a gift what positivity gave you. All right, let me tell you what positivity gave me. Positivity told me you're awesome. Keep at it. Uh, Vinita, Aditya says happiness. Vinita says clarity of thought. Nimisha says being yourself, being myself. Kirti says happiness is my gift. I say that positivity, she said, you're awesome. Other people, can you please type your answers? This is a learning session from everybody to everybody. So please participate and share. Positivity is enjoying your present with confidence. Yeah, absolutely. Other people, may I invite you also to talk about it? Those who have joined late, we just started with a very interesting exercise. We have gone on a date with positivity, and now we are sharing with everybody what's the gift what positivity gave to us individually. So there are a few answers what people have given, and I'm sure others are busy typing their answers, or there are so many gifts they have got from positivity that they don't know which one to really tell about. Samir says be fearless and achieve dreams. Okay, how about others? Amita says stay hopeful even in difficult times. Yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for 1 minute for others to let us know. Annapurna, Anjani, Arun, Asha, can you also please type your answers? Okay. Okay, so many answers people have given, others are thinking of their answers or they're engrossed with positivity, they're meeting. This date with positivity is a very interesting exercise, and I'm sure if you really learn the technique, it's a very useful exercise, and I'll tell you in a minute how do I use it and where did I learn it. Anjali says, be honest in whatever you're doing. Shruti says, never doubting your own capability is positivity for me. Yes, so true. Everybody has their own definition of positivity, and it can't be really, caged into a certain definition. That positivity means, for some people, I have seen crying is positivity for them because it lets out their feelings. For some people, expressing anger becomes positivity because so that they are not stifled with that anger. Some people actually picking up a phone and discussing or clearing doubts becomes positivity. For some people, meditation is positivity. For some people, listening to music is something which is positivity. So there could be it. What I love about this whole thing is that it gives you a choice, and therefore it's extremely useful. Now let's look at another aspect, why positivity, a date with positivity, reflects in your life all the time. So I was going to tell you where did I learn about this date with positivity. Two or three places which I go to, or I gave my service. One was orphanage, and we had gone there to give them a nice sumptuous lunch, and these little children, they were so happy about it at that moment, and it dawned on me that life is about living that moment and appreciating and feeling grateful and enjoying. If somebody, and I asked them that what makes you so happy, so these little children said that you took all the trouble, you came, you got us jalebis, you got us so much, you are serving us, your family is here, and how can we not be happy? Why are you asking this question? Why there is a question at all? And mind you, these children are not starved children. Many people go there and they are used to actually being treated well. So it was not a boredom for them. It was, they sang songs, they also drew mehndi on my hand. And that's what I thought, oh my God, my date with positivity starts here. The second example I can give you is about our dog at home. And at any time, I go, all of us as family members reach home, and every minute, every day, this little doggy is always welcoming us with the same smiles, same joy, same, hugs. Oh, I said, wow, isn't this a date with positivity? And then I resolved to myself, why can't I have date with positivity at all times? Because that's my true companion. So, any comments here? Please type. If you have any comments, any questions, any suggestions, any experience you want to type, please go ahead and type. And we'll leave the last 15 minutes for question and answers. So let's look at this. That is it possible to really be happy at work as well as at home? And at work, I don't necessarily mean a corporate job. Even if you're a homemaker, you still have work, right? And at home has two connotations. One is actually physically being at home, and another is actually being at home with yourself. So can we make most out of it? Is it possible to make most of both? Or is it that it is always at the cost of the other? And that's what has been our experience, that if you're happy at work, then something is compromised at home. So I'm going to now take us to a concept of stakeholders, because it is applicable to both. So Nimisha Singh rightly said, being grateful brings a huge positivity. And as we go through the session, it will dawn on you, and I'm sure all of us have positivity as our friend. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been in this session. So let's look at some list of two sets of stakeholders, external and internal. But before that, let's look at the definition of what is a stakeholder. So I have this habit of looking at the dictionary meaning of the words. So stakeholder dictionary meaning is one, a person with an interest or concern in something. Second, a person or organization that has a legitimate interest in a project or entity, meaning you matter to them. Whoever is your stakeholder, certainly you matter to that stakeholder, and the stakeholders also matter to us. And that's a relationship, right? Where there is a interdependence on each other. So let's look at who are our external stakeholders. And I'm writing this at work. So these are, I'm talking them, categorizing them as external stakeholders. And these could be many, and I'm putting it from 2-3 perspectives. Now with the COVID thing, we are all working from home, or some people might be those who are doctors, or they might be going to the offices. Some offices might have opened, but there are reporting manager, our CEO, our society, our customers, our educational institutes managements. Why? Because some of the people might be studying, or some of your children might be going to the schools. The administrative staff of your workplace or the educational institute also become your stakeholders. Peers, teammates, functional managers, the mentors, the doctors and healthcare system currently definitely are our stakeholders. Your leadership team, it could be in your society, it could be at your work, it could be your children's schools or colleges, the teachers and college school staff, and of course, media and social media. And why do I put it that? Because all of us keep on putting something on the social media, and they are our huge stakeholders because they give us our persona on the social media or media. Any questions here? Is the concept clear? Please give me a thumbs up if the concept is clear to you. I mean the proposition what I'm making. Yeah, can I move on? Okay. Now let's look at who are our internal stakeholders. Internal stakeholders are parents and parents-in-laws. I'm assuming that some of us could be married, some of us may not be married. Siblings are brothers, sisters, neighbors, okay, family friends, your own friends, the maid or the housekeepers, relatives, and whoever touches your life are our internal stakeholders. And the life is incomplete without both of these, because all of us have a life at home, all of us have a life outside of our home, and we keep on interacting with people, and we definitely have these people as our stakeholders. The moment we start looking at them as stakeholders, completely the equation changes. So let's go ahead and see why I'm now talking about why did I bring in this whole concept of stakeholders in the positivity. So let's look at that. The second thing is, if we have stakeholders, then let's look at us as brands. Like Google is a brand, Tata is a brand, IBM is a brand, Jade Global is a brand. Yeah. Okay. Murlidhar is saying, can you keep it as a presentation mode? Yes, Murli. Yeah. Is it better now, Murli? Yeah. So you and I are all brands. When we say that, what does it really mean? And all of us, some of you must have been from the corporate sector, and therefore you know what a brand means. So a brand does these 4 things, any brand. And let's look at, for example, a Tata brand. Tata brand arouses emotion. Any brand, for that matter, arouses emotion. Tata arouses the emotion of trust, or ignite passion that, using this brand, I'm going to do good to my country. Echoes reliability, that this brand means the product or the service will definitely work. Also, each brand has a meaning. I took example of Tata's, therefore the meaning is leadership with trust. The meaning of Tata's is community service. That's what is their brand, which is in our own mind. So now, can we think of ourselves as a brand? So what is your brand as a person? What do you think? What does it, when people think of you or you think of yourself, what emotion does it arouse in you? For example, I'll say that I have an experience with Ankita. She has been in touch with me for this session. And I would say that she arouses the emotion of being trustworthy. She also echoes reliability. And I would say, if I have to name her brand, I would say her brand is quick response is her brand, according to me, whatever little I experienced her, right? So would you like to type your own brand that people see you as a very helpful person, a creative person, innovative person, right? If you don't want to type about yourself, you can type about anyone else. So what is your brand or your closest friend's brand? Okay, Gayatri says flexibility. Yeah. Other people, please type your brand. Let me tell you. Okay, Samir says go getter and never die. Okay, Jagjit Kaur says reliable and trustworthy. Harshit says it is dependability. Okay, my brand, I would say that helpful and kind. Okay, Murlidhar says cool, his brand, passion to deliver, happy going. What do your friends describe you as? Let me ask that question. Nimisha says connectedness. Shivani says approachable. Aditya adaptability. Swati says helpful and kindness. Kajal says spreading joy. Okay, type to everyone so that everyone can know your brand. Divya says helpful and trustworthy. Awesome. I mean, see, look at the titles you're giving to yourself, uh, and how much people can really think of themselves when they start thinking of themselves as brands. Anjali says helping in hand. Swati says helpful and kind. Yeah, Swati, there is a function where you can choose everyone so that everyone can see your other people. Would you like to think of this? That what do people think of you when they remember you? A friendly person, a trustworthy person, is a go-to person, is somebody who always brings cheer. Uh, all of us have some positive connotation about us, and that's what is our brand. Okay, thank you for all your answers, and I'm sure that everybody has started to think of their own brands. Okay, now let's look at, we agreed that we have external stakeholders, we have internal stakeholders, we also agreed that all of us have our own brand. Now let's look at the next one. The next one is what does your brand reflect? And some of you have written it there. Whereas the next question is, what do you want your brand to reflect? Okay, and the third question is, what are you doing to enhance your brand? Right? And this concept I have borrowed from one of the marketing classes we were doing way back when I studied in Tata Institute of Social Sciences and also at IBM. And the whole lecture was about what is branding and uh, uh, what is that people are, what do we look for in a brand? And then it occurred to me, actually, the brand is not just about the product or the service. It is actually about the persons who are manning that service and the product. It's not just that. For example, if you see, uh, uh, you know, the Apple product, it's as much as about the product, but it's also about the person who really created the Apple products, like the iPad and a whole lot of things what came up, right? And this is true for every organization, every society, even the political parties are actually branded by the leader. And then I thought, can I really apply this concept to myself? And at that time, I had a mentor. And I said that in this corporate career, being helpful and kind is something which people always tell me. But how will it help my career? The mentor told me one very beautiful thing. He said that, Sukanya, this is who you are. this is what people recognize you as, right? And do you want your brand to reflect that, or do you want to change it? I said, no. I think being helpful and kind is something which runs in my family, and that's what I like about myself. So he said, then the question you should be asking yourself, what are you doing to enhance your brand? I said, what do you mean by that? He said that, how are you expressing it beyond your family? Are you able to express it at your work? Are you able to express it at your society? And that's where I started actually contributing to some of these social services and also volunteering for a lot of programs in my organization, right? So these three questions: what does your brand currently reflect? What do you want your brand to reflect? And what are you doing to enhance your brand? So having said that, I have also come across, because I do performance coaching, and people have, for some reason, got negatively branded. And one person said that, well, somehow my negative branding has happened and people find me very arrogant. But I don't want my brand to reflect that, because I don't want to be seen as arrogant. So then we devised a plan for this person. Two of them were in this coaching session. And I said that, let's analyze, why are people calling you arrogant? And you have to change that perception. That means you have to do something different. So having said that, now let's move to the next one. And that's also very interesting, and you are surely going to like it. So all of us are me incorporation. That is, I am the CEO, and my company is me incorporation. That's my life, and I'm the CEO. And CEO's job is to make sure that the company's brand is always enhanced, the company is profitable, the company is admired by the society, company is a huge talent attractor. People just want to be with the company, because friends, our life is actually about us. It will always reflect us. And therefore, we started with stakeholders, then we started with brand, and now I'm moving to we as me incorporation. So I'm the CEO of my company. So if I'm the CEO, then what is that I really need to do? So this whole brand new idea, and I like this quote, is I love the brand new idea, the brand new life. Tom Peters is a strategist and a business thinker, has done a lot of work on this whole branding. And then he also has done work on brand new concept. So it is my life, it is my love, it is my art, my craft, and my performance. So what I really like about this whole branding and being the CEO of our own life, is we have a choice to choose to change and enhance our brand. Any comments till now? Yeah. So now let me look at your views on that. Yeah. Do you see that this concept is relevant to you? Does it make sense to you? Yeah. Yeah. If it makes sense to you, you can type yes, or you can give your comments. Okay. Absolutely. The brand talks about ourselves and the way we build our brand, and we continue to keep on building our brand. For example, some people are branded as lazy people, right? And it's not that people, the world is angry with them or world wants to negatively brand them. They behave the way that the world brands them as lazy people. There are some people who are always branded as hardworking people, because they express their brand through their hard work. There are people who are branded as very punctual people, because they are always on time for whatever they do, right? Jagjit also says that I agree. The brand is your personality. And if it is your brand, then you are the CEO of that brand, right? Okay. Any questions still here? All right. If there are no questions, and I like this sentence, branding, what Tom Peters says is very beautifully, Tom Peters has said it, that it is my life, my love, my art, my craft, and my performance, right? And you will see this. I was, yesterday itself, I was watching this MS Dhoni, the Untold Story, and the way Dhoni's character is projected there, that it's his life. Playing cricket is something he wanted to do. It's his love, it's his art, it's his craft, it's his performance. Now, forget whether we like Dhoni or not, that's not a question. The question is, people who really excel keep on working with on their brand, right? And that's where their date with positivity is continuously on. They are always on that date. Now let's look at something else. If we agree that our life is a me incorporation, then who are our customers? Our customers are so many. Each one of us is a incorporation because we have our life, we lead it. Actually, we who lead our life are therefore we are CEOs. Myself, am I a customer to myself? How many of you would agree to that? Yeah. Can you give me a thumbs up if you agree with this? Myself, I'm a customer. Myself is a customer to me incorporation, right? Then my work is also my customer. My family is my customer. My society is my customer. Our city is our customer. Our nation is our customer. Our world is our customer. Our planet is our customers, right? And more so, due to this whole COVID thing, you would see that I have not written my city, or I haven't written my nation, my world, my planet. It's a joint venture. All of us have to carry out and really give a signature experience to all our customers. Can anyone explain to me what is a signature experience? You can unmute and talk about it. Yeah? Can I call upon someone? Aditya, Anjali, Annapurna, Harshit, Jagjit. Okay, people have typed the answer. A unique experience. Nimisha is saying that it is about a unique experience. Our style. Yeah. Signature experience would be which is exclusive. Like signature is exclusive to a person. Nobody can copy that signature. So the signature experience is also absolutely unique to a person. Anjali says that which creates and our own value. Jagjit is saying that something you cherish for your lifetime. Yes. Gayatri is saying an experience that leaves behind a mark. Yes. And for example, those who use Apple products will always remember Steve Jobs because it's a very signature experience. Some restaurants, Amita has also defined as something that resonates your unique identity. Harshit says something which you remember for lifetime. And you would see that some restaurants give you this signature experience. Some websites give you this signature experience. So can we, if we are me incorporation, we agree to that we run our life and we are the CEOs of this incorporation, then I have these customers, and can we give a signature experience to each one of the customer, and more so to our city, to our society, to our nation, to our world? Is it important for us currently, especially when the entire world is going through the distress? Because the incorporations survive when their customers really find value what is being provided to them. Now the customer has a connotation where you pay money, where the customer pays you money, but I'm not talking about the actual currency money, or the monetary aspect. But if I am a customer to I am myself a customer to myself, I will look after myself very well. My body, my emotional aspects, my work. If I treat my work as my customer and I want that customer to be happy with me, I will definitely pay attention to my work and enjoy it. My family. If I treat them as my customers and I want them to be my lifelong happy customers, I take extra efforts. My society, that currently everybody is going through stress, so I'll at least not add to that stress, and I will be there for people around me who are going through some rough times. Our city, that what do we want our city to be known for? Also our nation, our world, and we can always do our bit, a small bit, however it is, because it is our customer, and we run our mean corporation. Okay, let's look at the next part. Now we have defined that we are mean corporation, and we are learning this as a new concept. So how will you define its well-being? How do I know if my mean corporation is doing well at all? So any thoughts? Any thoughts on this? How will you know? Critics and feedback, okay. Then Jagjeet says maybe the way it grows, yeah, in career, in family, how happy I am. How will I know that my mean corporation is doing well? Because now we are trying to look at it from a different lens. Muralidhar says that goals versus achievement. Yeah. Amita Roy says being happy and stress free. Ankita says a feeling of balanced life. Yeah, absolutely. So let's know that what would be my checklist to know whether my mean corporation is doing really well or it's not doing well. So look at this. Let's look at any company when they really look at their balance sheet, whether the company is really doing well or not. They of course look at the profits, but they also look at the complaints. They also look at their ratings. So when I'm looking at my mean corporation and I want to know how well am I doing, I will first check, am I going through some vague discomfort? Am I feeling empty? Am I disoriented and confused? Do I think life is worthless? Am I feeling out of balance? And no confidence in accepting new ways of life. Compromise of comforts is too scary. Constant stress of known and unknown. If all of these, or even one of these, is touching our mind, then there is a low well-being quotient my mean corporation is going through. Right? Now, if this is happening, and this happens to all of us from time to time, if I say that I always or daily I have a date with positivity consciously because I really like it, and sometimes I have a date with positivity through my plants in my little balcony, through my dog, through having a cup of tea, simple things also become a channel for having a date with positivity. But at times I do find that I have no confidence in accepting new ways of life, or there is some stress of unknown and known, then immediately there is a pointer that my mean corporation is not doing well. So what do I really do about it? If that is what is happening, then we need to really look at this. Becomes a well-being quotient challenge when what we do doesn't contribute to what is most important in our lives. I'm reading it again. What we do doesn't contribute to what is most important in our lives, right? So, and this is where the challenge is. Yeah, friends, what I found that when there is a pain of low well-being quotient, it actually is telling us that what we do doesn't contribute to what is most important in our lives. Let me give you an example. See, I have a daughter, and when she was very small, all of you, those who have children, will know this. Those who as yet don't have it, whenever they have, or you don't have to have your own children for this. So at that time, I got a great offer. Okay, it was very good offer from another company, and then we were discussing, and as my mother or my parents-in-law, they asked me, "What do you want to do?" So I said I'm in two minds, because one is that the new job will require a huge amount of travel. My daughter is just 2 years old, and I'm very worried about it. So they said that, we are there. Parents-in-laws are there, parents are there, your husband is there, everybody is there. My sister was there. So why are you worried? And then I said, I'm not worried about she not being looked after. I'm worried about I will miss those beautiful moments of my daughter's life, because that is the most important thing in my life at that point of time. Then they said that it's up to you, right? I also spoke to my mentor, and this is the sentence which my mentor told me, that do, you must contribute. You must do those things which contribute to what is most important in your life at that point of time, at that phase. Right? And I took a call that I don't want to take up that opportunity. But at the same time, what was also important to me was having a good career, in a sense, not for name, fame, or money, but I wanted to do really a good job. I wanted to contribute to the field of HR and learning. I wanted to be known as a person who really knows this subject very well. So I also enrolled into few courses, took up some more assignments with the current company, and expanded my horizons. And I'm sure all of us do that. It's not that I have done something great. So well-being quotient challenge comes, what we do doesn't contribute to what is most important in our life. For example, currently the whole COVID situation, the only thing we can do, what is most important in our lives is the well-being of our family, the physical and mental and emotional well-being of us, our families, and our neighbors and everybody, right? If we don't contribute to that, there will be a well-being quotient challenge. It's given, right? It's a principle of your mean corporation. That's something very, very important. Okay. Now, who should this mean corporation really recruit? Right? One is your team, because you are a CEO, you can recruit anybody. You can recruit as many. But what I thought that these could be the most important players in your main corporation. One is the optimism. Second is the purpose. And I want to dwell upon a bit on purpose, because many a times people think purpose means there is something, a huge goal, it's like, kind of Nobel Prize or those, that is what is purpose. According to me, no. The purpose could be as small as actually looking after your parents, taking care of your health. It could be as simple as, by this year end, I want to learn this new skill. It could be as simple as, kind of building a bridge with someone you, for some reason, uh, broke the bridge. So purpose is something which drives you to do something positive from that point of view and meaning. And purpose could be as large, that I want to set up my startup and I want it to be $1 billion company. Could also be a purpose, right? Gratitude. Gratitude is so important. In fact, the research says that people who are grateful and people who express their gratitude or feel gratitude are healthier, more productive, and also live longer and also contribute to the society better. Courage, kindness, and playfulness. Like just before this call, Murli and I, we were talking that this whole COVID thing, the current situation has taught a lot of good things also. So I would say that these are the players, the me incorporation must give, these are the players you must recruit and let them be with you. The other test, I also feel that any organization which needs to do well, and the mean corporation, we agreed, is our life, is our organization, and we are actually driving it as a CEO. Look at who you have recruited. Have we recruited pessimism? Have we recruited team members laziness as the my team? Have I recruited blaming as my team? Have I recruited apathy as my team? Have I recruited boredom as my team? Then obviously the me incorporation is not going to do well. Because what is important to me incorporation is not happening. What we saw in the previous slide, right?
How to handle, not only how to handle success, how to handle the failures. Particularly you are in the management environment, I want the young people to understand how to manage the failure. Because any task you do, you have to come across problem. Problem should not become the captain of the individual or a project chief. The project chief should become the captain of the problems and defeat the problem and succeed. Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. History has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all the human limitations. In every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, art, or technology, the names of the people who imagined the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world. You take C.V. Raman, you take Newton, you take Einstein, you take Chandrasekhar. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world. If you want to be discoverers, if you want to be innovators, I am going to give you what type of characteristic you must have. Invention and discoveries have emanated from creative minds that have been constantly working and imagining the outcome. The telephone, she was imagining the outcome in the mind. With imaging and constant effort, all the forces of the universe work for that inspired mind, thereby leading to invention discoveries.
Sir, I would like to hear from you a few tips for the upcoming generation to succeed in life.
Well, succeeding in life, I have already told you.
Yes.
You have to do 4 things, okay? Number 1, great aim.
Great aim.
I will have great aim.
I will have great aim.
I will
continuously
acquire knowledge. I will do hard work.
I will do hard work.
I will persevere.
I will persevere.
And succeed. Okay, that's the mantra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Nikita, we can stop.
You've written books. You've heard this.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So, Abdul Kalam has been one of my favorite heroes. He has always inspired me, and he very beautifully talks about handling failures. So I think I have completed my session, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. There is a question which is from, she's asking about how do you encourage gratitude at workplace? Great question, Anjali. Anjali, this dilemma is always with many leaders or many people, and the way to do it is, I have found what really works is actually giving compliments to people openly, and also if somebody does something unique, something which you are grateful for, you're thankful for, what really helps is sending a mail to that person with that person's manager and the team. Do not be shy of sending your appreciation to people at your workplace, and that works really wonders. And I always copy the managers and the team, because it is the way to tell people your appreciation about this person. Any other question? Yeah, you can unmute and also
यार
ask.
फोन आने वाला, मैं कॉल पे चल रहा था, अब बैठे थे फिर अंदर चले गए सब। बोलो।
Javjit, is that a question or is that a conversation? Yeah, any other question? So just a recap of what we spoke about. It's already 2 minutes to 5. Yeah. In Gayatri is saying, in this competitive world where everyone is trying to pull others down and succeed, how can we ensure a good place? I would like to answer this in 2 ways. One is, it is the responsibility of the leadership, but it is also the responsibility of people. And in every workplace, you will find there are people who are not competitive, people who are good at work, and people who really are excellent. And they are not competing with anyone, they are not pulling others, but they are just keeping silent. Pointing out these people and creating bonds with these people at your own level with such kind of peers or people across definitely helps. One is that, Mahatma Gandhi has always said, and I really like his sentence, that be the change you wish to see in the world. So have I resolved not to pull anyone? And that starts with appreciation, right? Giving credit to people. At the max, what will happen in a very competitive workplace, people will find it odd, but you would have created your brand, right? And if you are working in the leadership position, setting this kind of culture by appreciating people, having the proper policies and the execution of those things is equally important. Any other question? Okay, Anjali's question is, please help with few tips for building a personal brand to boost our career. So yeah, I have few tips for this. One is, look up your LinkedIn profile and write it properly, because LinkedIn is a professional network and it is being viewed tremendously. Recently, if you go to my LinkedIn, I have posted about one of my mentors who died of cancer 2 months back, and it's a tribute to him. And I was very surprised that there are more than 200 comments on that, because people experienced him the same way, but 50,000 people have viewed it. Right? So your LinkedIn profile has to be up to date. It should be professional, because many a times people put their pictures with their dogs and cats and things like that, and it doesn't really go with it. The second tip what I have is how you present yourself on social media. Because what happens is, especially on Facebook and Instagram, mostly people are talking about the tea they had and which aeroplane they boarded and all those things. That doesn't create your brand. You have to have something which resonates with you as a person and keep posting those things. The third one is that you have to find your passion. What do you really like to do? And start building your skills and expertise in that. That's extremely important, and start utilizing those things. And I have seen people that they do their job, their heart is not into that, and they do it for money. All of us have to have that consideration, but then try to have something which you really like doing, maybe with skills at your workplace, or it could be other than your workplace, right? That's the third tip. The fourth tip is, associate with the same kind of brands. Look for people on the net who really resonate with your brand, right? Build bridges with them. Build bridges with those kinds of people. Showcase your skills. Do not be shy to showcase that. Prepare at the max. What will happen? You will fail. It's okay. Do participate in many forums like Quora, and where you have, if you are say from Salesforce, then there are learning forums. Keep on responding to the queries. Keep keep on putting questions, and utilize the social media in a very, very positive way. The fifth tip what I have, it has to do with your self-confidence. Sixth tip I have is, what do you mean by career is something you have to look at. Career is not just about title and the money. Career is about where you leave the mark, where people know you for certain skill, certain ability, what you bring to the table. Develop that, right? It could be a very small thing, but people should know you, and you should build on that. Okay. Then Sri Charan is asking, what strategies will help you focus on what you want versus what you don't want? I can tell my own experience on this. That what you don't want is far more critical than what you want. I don't want this, right? So what do I do? Then what if I don't want to associate with negative people? Then I have to associate with positive people. How do I do that, right? Also, things what you don't want, go a little deep into why you don't want it. Like Ankita has introduced me that I have done my master's in chemistry, then I did research in physics, and that's the time when I realized that my innate liking is to really people development, and that's where I chose a career of HR. And at that time, my teacher, my guide was saying that Sukanya, you're doing well in physics, you are now writing your thesis. So I said, sir, mera na dil nahi lagta hai wahan pe. That's not what I want to do, right? What I really like is being with people, helping them. And I want to take up that profession, but I don't want to be a counselor. I want to be with a technology field and help people. And then that answers your question. If you want to discuss more, you're most welcome to connect with me. So I think Nimisha is thanking, Khushbu says extremely useful tips. Also, she is saying, I would like to keep, what are the few things we can do to keep ourselves motivated? One thing, I'm speaking for myself, what worked for me. One thing on top priority to stay motivated is to look after your health, right? Many times we take our bodies for granted, and we do so much harm to our bodies, eating proper food. Also, I follow intermittent fasting. Just remember this word and Google on that you eat only twice a day. And that has helped me a lot. Okay, not only in reducing weight, but managing my health. Also exercising no matter what. Also having water periodically at all times. Through the day, I keep myself hydrated. These three things have helped me. And the fourth thing which has helped me is having a gratitude journal. And guys, by gratitude journal means actually writing down what am I grateful for. And this exercise I have found very useful with me as well as my mentees and coaches and as well as coaches. That when I'm feeling low, I just take a notebook or my smartphone and start typing what am I grateful for. And I say I have a target that I have to write 25 things. And I've always found that I exceed those 20 things in no matter of time, right? That's being grateful is another thing. Having a hobby, it could be a very small thing, right? It could be cooking, it could be embroidering, it could be gardening, it could be playing with children, it could be just watching the sky, but have a hobby. And understanding that life is not just about the work or being stressed out at work or at home. There is much more to the life. And I always ask this question to myself, that the whole world is getting affected by coronavirus. So far, for last 3 months, there were so many chances, but I did not. So that means there is something what the God has in mind for me. And therefore, and by God, I don't mean any religious thing, the higher power. And how do I utilize my life even better? Any other question? Gayatri says that though we have positive attitude, skills, expertise, it's the resume that catches the attention. Many talented people are neglected because the resumes aren't cracking the market, especially during this pandemic. What's your view about it? Yeah, good you asked me this question. And I'll give you my example which happened yesterday. One of my old colleagues contacted me and she said, my husband has lost his job and can you help him? So I said, what does he work on? So she said, he's a Scrum Master. So I said, did you look up opportunities? So she said, none of the opportunities are showing from master. I said, can you not tweak his resume properly? Because if he, right? But what is happening is people are pushing their resumes the way they were before the pandemic, right? Now, I think people have to take a pause and really have 4 or 5 sets of their resumes where they have actually done work and put it on the network properly and very clearly indicating what are they looking at. The other example I will also say, it's less about resume, but also having your social media presence, that there is this slide share and those kinds of abilities where you can put up your skills by way of presentations, by way of videos, being set up the FAQs and let people know that you have the skill. That's most important. But even then, the market is low. It may take some time. The most important thing is more than the resume which you hold in your mind. If you keep on telling yourself that it's not going to work, my resume is of no relevance now, it's not going to really do good to people. Right? Also thinking of actually taking up some very different opportunities. Right? This is another example. Last week, this girl got laid off from a very big company. Though she was on a contract, has 3 or 4 years experience in talent acquisition, mainly the college hires. And she was talking to me, what do I do? I said, a time has come where you have to really think through, because maybe 1 or 2 years, people will not be going for campus recruitments. So your skill is not something which will be required. That's the only skill you have. And telling people, doing a session on interviewing techniques, interviewing skills. You're so good at it because you have seen this for 4 years from the top campuses, the B school campuses, the IITs, even the tier 2 cities, because she worked with 3 or 4 organizations. Why don't you create a module around it and get going? And that appealed to her so much. And she's in Hyderabad. One of the management institutes has given her a contract for that. So what Abdul Kalam ji, what he was saying is, how do we really deal with failures is something extremely important. I hope that helps. And if any one of you wants to have a conversation with me, I have given you my mail ID. Please feel free to connect with me, and I'll be more than happy to help you and at least have a conversation. If you don't need help, you can always say hello to me. I would love to. We can have a true coffee. Any other questions?
I think I don't see any more questions, Sukanya. But as she mentioned, you all, in case you have anything else that you want to ask or just speak to her, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you offline as well. So I think we are running out of time, so we will have to stop it here. Sukanya, any last words before we actually leave the webinar?
The last word which comes to my mind, and this was told to me by my father. He told me one day I came dejected, and I said, what the heck? And these people made me wait for, I think I was a college student, and we had to do a project. We had to interview a few people, and whoever we went to interview made us wait for 4 hours. And as a young girl, I came and all those things I did. So he said, Sukanya, remember, every moment of the life is an audition test. You're being chosen for something great and you're going for an audition test. Keep this in your mind, right? And I can never forget it. And then later on, I again went. And the next day when I went, this lady who made me wait for 4 hours, you know what she said? She said, I wanted to test if you come back again at all, right? And this lady is a top psychologist in TISS. I wanted to interview her. And she said that I made you wait deliberately. I just wanted to check if you would come back again. And that's the quality I'm looking at. And then she became my mentor. So one last thing is life's every moment is an audition test because life is calling us for something very, very big. Thank you so much. I love the audience and thank you for your participation, your frank expressions, and I hope that I enjoyed this date with you. I hope you too did. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you all. And as I mentioned earlier, the webinar series is ongoing. Tomorrow, we are having a very special webinar with 6 entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs coming and speaking about their experiences. So if you guys are interested, please join yourself for the next session as well. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Sure. Before you leave, please type your feedback for the session. That will be a great help to me.
Correct.
And so that I can build on that, I can correct what could have been done better, and I can build on what went well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sukanya. Fantastic.
I live in Pune. Those of you who live in Pune, stay in touch. Those who don't live in Pune, also stay in touch. And someday we must meet.